Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial, we're gonna make two super cute, easy peasy lemon squeezy garden flags, and it is super easy. So we're gonna be starting with this, which is a garden flag. It comes two in a set from magnoliadiy.com, and you basically just thread your little shepherd's hook thing through this, and it can hang in your garden. We're going to be using an assortment of ribbons. We're going to use this awesome stencil and this easy peasy lemon squeezy, some ink so it will be permanent out in the weather. And I want to give you an idea of where we're going, and then we'll finish this one off. So I have been working for the last couple of days on this, just a little bit at a time. This is where the shepherd's hook goes, and I'm so excited. It turned out absolutely so dang cute. So it's gonna have this bow right here added to it, but I'm gonna show you in a few minutes how to heat set it before we hot glue this on. I have another one sitting over here that we're gonna actually work on, and instead of being this yellow and magnolia green combination, it's gonna be yellow and black. Anyways, I am just super excited about this project, and I don't know if you got to join me yesterday for Christ in Crafting, but this is what we made. Very similar idea with two bands of color, top and bottom, and then the words in the center and a bow. And this is my actual shepherd's hook. I picked this up last year for $5 at Walmart, but you can get them everywhere, or you may already have a couple. And this little flag is gonna stay in my yard. It turned out so cute. I'm so happy with it. Okay, let's see if that's gonna stand up. All right, so let's work on the one that I have gotten started. So far, I have done this part, and this is the top. Okay, I did the leaves in black and the lemons in yellow. We're gonna do this area down below, and then we're gonna put this easy peasy lemon squeezy stencil in the center. We'll build a bow. You guys are gonna see just, I mean, this is a super simple project. Okay, I'm trying to remember how wide I had this band of lemons. Okay, I think I had it about 5.5 inches wide. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to lay it onto my flag, and then I'm going to use some painter's tape to mark off where I'm going to stop stenciling. So as you are hopping on, say hello. I would love to know if you're watching. Feel free to ask questions along the way if you would like to. Feel free to sprinkle. If you want links when I'm all finished, just let me know and I'd be glad to get those for you. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And I actually put some dots on my stencil to mark off. And I think this was about 5 inches, if I'm remembering right. From the bottom of the stencil, it was 5 inches from where the design cuts off. And those little dots won't hurt anything. I just used a Sharpie. Okay, now I'm gonna take some blue painter's tape, and I'm gonna go from side to side with the dots to show myself where I'm stopping. Okay, this also helps hold your stencil down a little bit. All right, so we're gonna be doing this part right here. Let me see if I can adjust this a little better for you to see. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. Okay, let me set this over here. I have more room. Please stand up, Mr. Garden Flag. Okay. All right, so on this one, I'm gonna be using yellow for the lemons and black for the leaves. And I'm using ink from Magnolia, which can be heat set. I'm gonna show you how to do that with the flag that I've already made. I'm also gonna show you how to attach the bow. But this ink is designed for fabric, and the flag came from magnoliadiy.com. The shepherd's hook part came from Walmart. It was $5. And the flags come 2 in a set, and they are really nice quality, super nice. And I thought they were a very reasonable price. So I was excited about that. Okay, I need a small squeegee. This is a cut apart squeegee that I basically cut into 4 pieces. They start their life like this, and you can cut them as small as you want. This just makes it a little bit easier to get into the areas that you want to get into. And I'm just gonna put some blobs on my lemons. And then I'll come back and spread all that out. Oops. String of glue. So it really doesn't matter where you start, you just want to pay attention so that you don't accidentally get the yellow where the black is going to go. I think I might have too much yellow ink. I'll tell you what this ink is called in just a second. It's super easy to work with. I love to do t-shirts, pillows, tote bags, all those kind of things, fabric-y things. And so I use my inks a lot, and they're great to work with. They're a little tiny bit more challenging to get off of your stencils, but if you just get them into water ASAP, and then use the stencil cleaning sponge that I'll show you in a minute, you can get them cleaned off pretty easy. I've done a lot of ink projects just with this stencil in the last few days, and it still looks pretty good. And how they look does not affect how they perform. So even if they look a little stained, they still work great. And these are a great investment, if you ask me, in your crafting stash. Take some of that ink off. So I'm working pretty, I'm not super rushing, but I'm not taking a super ton of time to do this, because now I got to come back in with the black and get that on all the leaves and so forth. I am going to be giving these 2 Easy Peasy Lemon Squeezy garden flags away. I'll tell you later today how I'm planning to do that. And I would like you to basically help me make some decisions about some of the new products. There's not going to be any purchase required. So watch for that later, and I'll tell you about how I plan to get people's names into my hat. Okay, so I got all the yellow down. I see lots of people hopping on. If you missed yesterday's project during Christ and Crafting, I thought it turned out really good, and I would love for you to watch it. We made this one right here. And it says, "Let everything that has breath praise the Lord," Psalm 150, verse 6. Okay, now I'm using the black ink, and I'm going to just lay it down on the areas that I'm gonna want to stencil. This helps so I don't miss anything. Okay, so I'm so sorry about that. It seems like every time I go live, my phone rings. And I'm going live on my iPhone, so that can be kind of a problem. I picked out some super cute ribbons for this one and for the other one. I might have too much ink out here. Oops. Oh well. I just got some black in my edge of my lemon over here. And that just happens sometimes. Okay, we're getting there. Next up, I'm going to show you how to heat set when you're working with ink. And then we're going to do the ribbons. And then if you'll come back later today, or just be on the lookout, I'll tell you what I'm going to do in terms of giving these away. So. I think I've hit most of it. Let's see. Oh, I almost missed that one. Okay, I'm gonna say good enough. And first thing I'm gonna do is take my tape off. This does not hurt your stencils at all. And if they have really narrow margins, and you're kind of messy like me, it's good to use tape because it prevents you from, you know, getting outside of your goal area. Fabulous! Okay, I'm throwing my stencil face down over here in a little tub of water to soak until I can get into my kitchen to spray it off. And this, I don't want to put my fingers in anything, but this is what we have. Pretty cute, huh? Okay, now I need to pay attention. This is the top because it has the pocket where you would put your shepherd hook. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this stencil, and I'm going to do all the words in black and do the lemons and the little leaf. Well, the lemons in yellow. And I do want this to be relatively centered since I'm giving it away. I could come back and use this ticking stripe in black. I might. I'm going to see how it looks. But I use this ticking stripe on this one back here. Okay, so let's put the stencil down. And I'm going to do the black first. I need a bigger squeegee. This is so cute. It says easy peasy lemon squeezy. I think I'll do these little teardrop shapes in black also. Okay, we have all of that covered, and let's come back and do the yellow, and then we'll put this aside and we'll do the embellishments, which I always love that part the best. I could have done the teeny little leaves that are on this lemon at the top in black, but I just decided to do that whole thing yellow, just to make it easy. Okay, I think I've gotten everything covered. All right, let's make sure I don't have any black on my fingers that I'm going to get on my stencil or on my project. It's adorable. So I'm going to throw this in the water also, face down. And I'm not going to let it sit in the water and soak all day long. As soon as I'm finished with this video, I always go straight into my kitchen and I wash my stencils and lay them on my counter with the sticky side up to dry. Okay, let me show you what this looks like. It's super cute. I think I may, we'll see, come back and do the black stripes. Pretty cute, huh? Okay, I am gonna set this over here so that I don't mess it up. And I'm gonna bring my ironing board over. Show you how to heat set, because I get this question a lot. All right, I have my iron turned on to cotton, no steam. And I have a piece of parchment paper right here. And basically what you're gonna do is you're just going to go over and over and over and over and over. Don't lay your iron down and leave it in one position or you'll end up with a big squelch. For 3 or 4 minutes, basically on all your areas that you have ink that you stenciled. This is just protecting my iron from getting any ink on it, which it's a precaution. I really haven't had a problem with that, but so this is basically all there is to heat setting. Really easy. You don't have to have a fancy heat press. you just need an iron. And I don't know if you're like me, but I don't iron clothes anymore, almost ever. In fact, I can't even think of the last time I ironed any of my clothes. So you could use your clothes iron to do crafts. All right, and that's basically it. Now, I did spend a couple more minutes this morning heat setting this. So it was like 3 or 4 minutes over the whole entire area, and I did the back. And let me put my iron sheet over here, unplug it, and let's put our bow on and let's build the bow for the second one. Pretty cute, huh? You love the green leaves and stripes. I do too. This color right here is called Magnolia green. And Magnolia has the same color in chalk paste and in ink. And it is like my favorite green. It's really different. You know, it's not your emerald green, and it's not too yellowy or too blue. It's perfect. Okay, so I did build this one before I came live, and I'll show you how to actually build one in just a second. It has a variety of Dollar Tree ribbon on it. And then I just wrapped this little ribbon around the top of it. And I think I almost always put my bows off to the right-hand side. I think I'm gonna put it right here on the line. So I'm using my low temperature hot glue gun. You could also combine a little bit of E6000 if you would like to make the bow never in a million years fall off. I'll hold it up in just a second. And then I'm gonna do a couple little teeny tacks just to get my ribbons to stay down. And that's pretty much it. It's going to be super cute when it's hanging on a shepherd's hook in somebody's yard. So this was the first one. The second one is the black and white. I'll show that to you again. Although we're not going to heat set this yet because it's not dry. It'll take a little while. We are going to build the bow. So, and I want to know what you guys think. Should I do the ticking stripe? I am kind of leaning towards that. I don't know. Tell me what you think. The ticking stripe is the stripe that's in green on this other one. Oh, it looks like this. This is a great stencil too. Okay, let's build the bow for the black and yellow one. And I just pulled out a variety of different ribbons that I had. I do like to use wired ribbon. And I cut two pieces of this. I cut 3 pieces of this, and then I cut 2 pieces of this. This came from Dollar Tree last year, and it says, give you lemons sweeter, sweeten it with, when life gives you lemons, sweeten it with gratitude. And then it says zest for life, and it's just black and yellow, so it kind of combines with these. So I have my pieces right here, and I'm gonna get my little silicone mat out for a couple minutes here. Let's see. So I can glue on top of it. Okay. So I have 2 pieces of this, and you do them however, whatever size makes sense to you. It's totally personal. Some people like gigantic bows, some people do not. And I think it's easier to manage them. They're just gonna go kind of crisscross. This is a combination of about 10 different crafters' stylized bows. I think it's easier if you just put one little teeny dot of glue in the center to keep your bows all together and not sliding all over. Oh, I cut 3 of these. I lied. but one of them is for the front. Okay, and for these, I just did the ends straight. These are going to be just fine to get wet and all that stuff. I think I'm going to cut this just a little bit shorter. So tell me in the comments if you, Susie Sipe says yes on the stripe. I'll go back, I promise. I read every comment. I just can't really read and craft at the same time. But I do always go back, so feel free to say something to me. This will do just fine in the weather for a season. These garden flags, you know, they're not gonna last forever. They just aren't. But if you bring them in right when summer's over and you let them get dry before you put them away, then you might be able to bring them out for next summer too. But for sure they'll make it through one summer and be just fine. And I'm gonna do 3 on this top layer. I'll lift it up and show you. So I just did crisscross, crisscross, and then I did 3 of this top layer, and I did crisscross and then 1 across the center. All right. And now what I like to use are these zip ties. I do wish I had a little bit bigger ones. They can be any color because I usually cover it up. So they could be a blue, a green, or whatever. And you can pick these up at Dollar Tree. I just need to remember the next time I'm there to get some. So I'm just going to kind of scrunch it up. And I'm going to put my zip tie in the center. And then I'm going to kind of get my ribbons so that they're in good shape before I really tighten it down. Okay, and I'm going to twist this little tie part to the very back, and I'm just going to tighten it. And it doesn't have to be super duper tight. Looks good right now. This is the back. Let's just cut that little tail off of the zip tie. This is what these zip ties look like. They're DiyDreaming brand. I've had them so long, I can't even remember where they came from. I know that Joann's carries that brand, DiyDreaming, but you can get these at Dollar Tree. So. And I am going to use this little piece to do the front. So, just lay it right there. Just bring this gently around to the back. We're going to cut this much shorter. Need that long of a tail. And like I said, if you want to use some E6000 or one of those heavier duty glues in combination with your hot glue, then you may find that everything stays together a little bit better if it's super hot where you are. And there we go. Pretty cute, huh? This is going to be adorable on this other garland after I get it all finished up. And I'll probably put it right there, which I'm sorry, I know you can't see. Anyways, those are the projects that I wanted to show you today. I hope that you, let me get them so that you can screenshot if you want. I hope that you liked this idea. Just lay that right there. And if you would like a link or have questions about any of this, don't hesitate to let me know. Where is my other flag? Here it is. These garden flags come 2 in a set from magnoliadiy.com. I can't remember how much they are, but what struck me was that they were totally reasonable, not outrageously priced, and they're super nice quality. And I would be glad to get you direct links to everything so that you don't have to go hunt it down. So if you'll just say link, then I'll get you a link to everything that I showed today. If there's something specific that you want to link to that I haven't talked about, tell me what it is and say link, and I'll be glad to grab that for you too. Anyways, this is what we made. I'm pretty excited about it. I hope you are too. Come back later today and I'll tell you how I'm going to give these away. All right, let me set this down. And I hope that you have a blessed rest of your day, and I hope to see you later.